Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Geneva. I'm Izzy Schamberger. And I'm Eliza Peters, and coming up on today's show, we have another segment from the vaping documentary produced by the reporting and editing class. Plus a way for you to vote on this year's prom theme. All of that and so much more because GTV News starts right now.
Everything changes.
Welcome back, Geneva. Here are your morning announcements for Tuesday, March 5th, 2019. Voyager meets today after school in room A108. Voyager is looking for any new members that would be interested in helping out with producing the school's newspaper. For any more questions, please see Ms. Ludke. If you believe that human is the only label that matters, then be sure to head on down to Pride Alliance. Pride Alliance meets today after school in room K262. All students are welcome and they invite you to check them out. For any more questions, please see Ms. Dutzos. There will be a brief informational meeting for anyone interested in participating in this year's Poetry Slam. The meeting will be March 6th at 3 p.m. in room B126. If you have any questions or can't make the meeting, please see Mrs. Peters for information. This Poetry Slam will be held in the GHS Commons at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, April 10th. If you are an FCCLA member that is moving on to the state competition, please listen up. Please check in with Mrs. Condorf or Ms. Alford in regards to learning more about the specifics of the competition. Please get in touch by Wednesday or Thursday before school. Juniors and seniors prom is in just 2 short months, and the Student Council needs your help with deciding the theme. You can vote for the prom theme by going to the GHS Student Council Twitter and clicking on the link they tweeted. There will also be a mass email sent out to you juniors and seniors this week, so be sure to get your vote in for prom 2019. The Students Against Destructive Decisions, or SAD Club, are meeting today after school at 3 p.m. in room EE191. Meetings are open to all students who would like to make a difference in our school. For any questions, please see Mrs. Meister. Yesterday, we saw the first segment on vaping, and it covered fact and fiction about the harmfulness of vaping and the chemicals in them. That's right, and today we are taking a look at how the vaping industry might be advertising to you.
There's been a huge surge of high schoolers using e-cigarettes or vaping.
70% of teens are exposed to e-cigarette ads, causing high schoolers to become addicted to a device intended to curb adult smoking.
Oh, dude!
The founders of Juul had pledged to sort of disrupt the tobacco industry. In the early years of their product, by their own words, had flawed marketing where they were inadvertently courting adolescents and young adults, featuring like models and beautiful people.
Yeah, nothing glamorous about it. No.
You know, they're paying influencers on YouTube and Instagram to use it as part of their marketing campaign.
Squeeze it and throw it in there, right?
With 30.7% of impressionable teenage e-cigarette users beginning to smoke within the next 6 months, it is clear that this means big bucks for big tobacco.
This week, these ads are hitting television networks and major newspapers across the country.
And a lot of these e-cigarettes now, too, I should mention, are owned by Big Tobacco. Big Tobacco knew decades ago that by getting teenagers hooked on tobacco, that they're hooked for life.
It has been a campaign designed to preserve their enormous profits, whatever the cost.
And so Big Tobacco now owns e-cigarettes. So you can bet dollars to donuts that they already know ways to appeal to teenagers because they do want them to get hooked for life.
Also entice kids to start vaping.
After noticing the ever-growing rates of this usage among teens, the FDA decided to step in.
The Food and Drug Administration is targeting the teen vaping epidemic.
The FDA has announced that Juul and other e-cigarette manufacturers have to answer a lot of questions regarding the safety of their products, the marketing of their products, the ingredient of their products, and could be facing sanctions or regulations to sort of put the squeeze on them.
For materials related to how Juul appeals to children.
Despite the FDA's efforts, they have been unable to extinguish social media's increasing impact.
It shows celebrities like Rihanna, Robert Pattinson, and Orlando Bloom all caught on camera smoking.
Teens, with their access to social media with Snapchat and Instagram, are most providing marketing for the device. Now it's sort of like teenagers are marketing their peers on social media. Manufacturers realize that the advertising is being done by the teenagers themselves. They can just stand back and sell the devices to them.
And with this form of uncontrollable advertising, unknown dangers continue to lurk among today's youth.
Wow.
It's a huge problem.
It really is. Sanjay,
It's crazy to see how much the vaping industry is appealing to those minors, even though the way they advertise.
Definitely, Eliza, and we'll have another segment with more information on this serious topic tomorrow.
And now for some news outside the halls. For the second time ever since the worldwide epidemic of HIV started, a patient appears to have been cured of HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. This comes 12 years after the first patient was found cured of the disease. The success comes as a surprise due to the difficulty of the curing process. Scientists are describing the case as a long-term remission. Both of these milestones were results of a bone marrow transplant given to the patients. However, these transplants were to cure cancer, but they ended up curing the HIV as well.
Yesterday's star of the 90s breakout show Beverly Hills 90210 and more recently Riverdale died at age 52. His death was not due to any drug or alcohol-related incidents, but from an unexpected massive stroke. Fans of all ages are mourning the death of the beloved star, and many have taken to social media to share their grief and honor his memory.
And now here's 3 to know before we go. Boys basketball plays tonight at 7 o'clock at Bartlett. Make sure you're there being loud and wearing white.
And make sure to vote for this year's prom theme.
And seniors, don't forget to send in those senior breakfast slideshow pictures. Geneva, that looks like that's all the news we have for today. I'm Eliza Peters.
And I'm Izzy Schamberger. Have a terrific Tuesday, Geneva.